Hello, and a very warm welcome to my channel. This afternoon, we give you a piece of breaking news. The Queen punished Meghan Markle's disrespect. Nightmare begins. When Meghan Markle joined the royal family back in 2018, Queen Elizabeth II welcomed her with open arms. But now that the former actress has made some damaging claims about the firm via a lawsuit, Her Majesty, who normally stays mum on palace politics, has turned on her heel and is said to be taking an outspoken stance. A source explains that Meghan's suing a UK media company for invasion of privacy and copyright infringement after the company reproduced a private letter she wrote to her estranged father, Thomas Markle, shortly after her wedding to Prince Harry 2 years ago. The now public legal documents reveal that Meghan felt unprotected by the monarchy at the time of the letter's publication, and furthermore was prohibited from defending herself against an onslaught of negative press. The unflattering royal leaks, which portray the monarchy as a cold, uncaring institution, went over like a lead balloon inside Buckingham Palace, the source tells OK magazine, claiming the Queen was so upset she put the palace under lockdown for privacy reasons and called an emergency summit attended by Prince Charles, Duchess Camilla, Prince William, Duchess Kate, and high-ranking courtiers. She made it clear she'll no longer tolerate the sheer disrespect shown by certain disruptive influences, Meghan in particular, the source continues. She said if Meghan doesn't change her ways and start obeying royal protocol, she'll have no choice but to order that Meghan must go. The Queen wasn't joking around. She was quiet but direct and extremely clear. She said there can be no sympathy within the royal family for those who disrespect the monarchy, says the source. As much as everyone wants to make peace with the Sussexes, it's widely agreed that this is Meghan's mess to undo. While Meghan hasn't talked directly to the media about her ill feelings toward the royal family, the Queen believes she made them clear in the documents, a royal insider notes. The Queen can't get her head around why Meghan would want to drag her family into the lawsuit. She feels she went above and beyond to advise Meghan and make her feel at home, ensuring she had the wedding of her dreams, giving her Frogmore cottage, showing her the royal ropes, the insider continues. The Queen feels stabbed in the back by Meghan and let down by Harry for standing by her. She still adores her grandson, but the view is that he's had his head turned by Meghan. Although the Queen's used to having her every word obeyed, Meghan, who's deliberately embarked on a stateside life, unbeholden to the crown, is prepared to use whatever leverage she has to continue to stand her ground. There are rumors she's told Harry how she's not afraid to stand up to the Queen and is even prepared to make a shocking attack if necessary. The word is, she said she'd literally informed the Queen, "You'll never see Archie again if it comes down to it," claims the source, noting that Meghan's heard whispers of the palace's secret summit, but isn't concerned about her estranged in-laws' opinions. It's at the point where she's fed up with defending herself as is ready to focus on her life in Los Angeles more than anything else, the source continues. Meghan's choosing to take the high road and is refusing to rise to the bait for now. Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry's ambition to make money through writing seems to have been hit by a slap in the face. Yesterday, Amazon slashed the price of the unreleased Finding Freedom, the new book about their exit. Why has Amazon slashed the price of the about-to-be-released book Finding Freedom, an authorized biography about Harry and Meghan? That would be a sure sign of a lack in demand for pre-purchases leading up to the release in mid-August. Finding Freedom was supposed to be a bestseller, and as someone who pre-orders books on Amazon, this is a bad sign for the success of the biography. According to an analytic, if Amazon is cutting the price almost 4 weeks before the book is released, they aren't expecting the book to be the runaway bestseller many in the industry expected. I originally thought this tome would be a hit, but there are a few reasons why it's going to be in bargain bins by late autumn. The book was written by a good friend of Meghan's, Omid Scobie. They are so close that it's akin to one's publicist or spokesperson writing a biography. It's not objective in the least. Meghan should have just written the whole thing herself, since that's the way this book is going to read. After even 1 year as a royal duchess, even the non-royal watchers knew Meghan was creating huge problems, and the news surrounding her was not positive. In fact, Prince Harry's popularity dropped precipitously as he changed post-wedding into a sour, churlish man. Besides that, the British certainly don't want to hear Meghan's side of the story. They have been on a steady diet of pro-Meghan news stories, planted courtesy of her 3 PR firms, one of them being the same firm hired to make Harvey Weinstein look like a choir boy. The British knew Meghan had no intention of being a good royal, and they constantly broke traditions, protocols, and even flaunted her excessive spending in front of the world. A source revealed the book isn't selling well, because who wants to hear Meghan's thoughts on why she didn't visit her dad after his heart attacks? Why she decided to visit Elton John when the Queen, the one person most of us would love to meet, especially at her castle in Balmoral, why Meghan chose to lie, saying Archie couldn't possibly handle the long 40-minute flight to Scotland, but Archie made the 3-hour flight to visit Elton. We don't want to know why Meghan chose Elton over a lovely, wise, fun matriarch of the family. As I said in the top, Meghan was mean in not taking Archie up to see his aging great-grandmother. For Harry, he goes along with Meghan no matter what. What the hell? We know what Meghan does, and Harry goes along because she makes him. The royal watchers think this book will be an enormous waste of time. We need to have better, unfalse information. Because who needs to have their false, mean, specious, uncaring narrative of victimhood shoved into their brains, courtesy of Finding Freedom? I'd much rather read a decent book on any other subject, and so it seems does most of the rest of the world. Clearly, Finding Freedom is not the magnum opus Meghan needed. What we are seeing is the end of the line for the sour Sussexes. The world has had its fill. People prefer their royals to act like royalty, and they know Meghan and Harry had an excellent gig going in the UK. Enjoy the privileges and trappings of wealth, but serve the people, the unwashed, the unclean, the needy, along with a premiere of films and plays. The strange Sussexes decided to make a run for freedom instead. We all know how that's worked out for them. They can try to sell the book from the middle of Tyler Perry's massive mansion, but Meg's and just Harry don't make their freedom look appealing or even palatable. We aren't buying it. We aren't buying their book either. Meanwhile, according to the tabloid news, Los Angeles doctor confirms Meghan's in vitro fertilization twins. New Idea magazine reports at age 38, the Duchess of Sussex always knew her much-longed desire for a second child might be a bit of a struggle. But given that her husband Harry also wanted 2 kids, and with her well-known unstoppable attitude to getting what she wants, the former actress was never going to let a little thing like her biological clock get in the way of giving 1-year-old Archie a sibling. If sources close to the couple in the US are to be believed. However, for Harry, who famously declared that the couple would stop at 2 kids to help save the environment, the wonders of modern science may scupper his plans. Insiders are speculating that the couple could be having twins after new pictures of the pair show Meghan clutching what appears to be trigger shots, injections prescribed by fertility doctors to help harvest a mother's eggs ahead of in vitro fertilization. Doting Harry was right by her side as they climbed into a waiting Cadillac SUV, after leaving a building in Beverly Hills which houses medical offices, most notably infertility specialist Dr. Sharon Weiner. It could have been a run-of-the-mill dentist appointment or whatever. But then, why would Harry have needed to come with her? Says a witness. Meghan came out with her prescription plain as day in her hand. Fans on Twitter erupted with speculation that the couple was trying to conceive with medical help, with one user noting, "That is definitely a trigger shot. I just sent the picture to my daughter who is currently on her 3 sick egg donation. She said, it is definitely the same package as her sick comes in with the blue stripe." Meanwhile, Beverly Hills obstetrician Dr. Suzanne Beth Gilbert-Lenz, who has never treated Meghan, is intrigued she would choose a trigger shot, also known as gonadotropin, as it is reported as having the highest rate of twins among the fertility treatments, with one study claiming 30% of pregnancies end with multiples. A trigger shot essentially triggers ovulation by injecting the pregnancy hormone HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. It's injected medication that stimulates the follicles in your ovaries, says Dr. Suzanne. Any kind of fertility treatment will increase the chance of multiple pregnancies, particularly gonadotropins. A source close to Meghan says she and Harry want Archie to have a sibling. She has been informed that IVF at her age increases her chance of twins to 10%. But she's game, and so is Harry. It wasn't their plan to have 3 kids, but they'd rather that than Archie growing up as an only child. We can only wait for this news to be true or not in the future. However, you can also leave me a comment below and we can discuss it together. If you are comfortable with our video, do not hesitate to share it with your loved ones as well as those who need it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the latest news about the royal family. Thanks for watching the video and see you next time.
In the past, ethical standards were always mentioned, reminding people not to forget the top class and yield to the bottom. This means respecting people more than their age, and for those below me. In digital life, people catch up quickly with social trends, so if they want others not to know, they won't do it. Meghan did not respect the Queen more than half an hour later. She will be the most stoned in England, received criticism from her people. Meghan is a mediocre person. She stands out the most with difficult talking and rigid thinking.